Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. We're updating my Pan Those Eyeshadows or Pan That Palette, whatever, for the year, well, not for the year, but for February. I have two palettes. You guys know that I am trying to use up my Makeup Geek eyeshadows as much as possible. I am definitely not trying to pan everything. Mine is more like a usage goal. I want to get down as many grams as possible in the year. I have no set goals or anything that I need to achieve. Basically, it's usage, and then we just kind of weigh it along for the ride. I do have my Tiny Pans palette that I am going to completion. A couple of these I definitely want to use up, but I'm trying not to set any particular goals for myself because I do enjoy a lot of these, and it's actually showing me like I need to play around with all of them. And if I'm looking to use up the complete shadows, I legit will have to focus on one at a time and to be able to do that. So I just want to play with everything that's in here and familiarize myself with something that I've had for like 5 years and have barely ever used. So we're going to start on the first, like the regular kind of neutral shadows first. These are the ones that are like matte shimmers, like that kind of thing. And they look like this. They're really, really pretty. Very, very neutral, incredibly neutral. Some cool tones, some warm tones. You guys can see like the more cooler tone ones are here and like the warmer ones are here. I have two pans. I can't remember if I had two pans last time. I think I did, but I'm definitely opening the pan on this one. Again, if you've watched my other updates, I try to sort of work around the whole top of the shadow so it makes a dip, like a huge dip, not just like a little tiny indentation. And that goes in my favor, but also it doesn't look like I'm making much progress when I do these videos, but that's just how I work with when I use my eyeshadows. So I did want to try to get a pan on this one, but because I'm working so hard at panning my Lorac one, these ones definitely suffer a little bit when I'm trying to use that one up, because I have used these ones quite a bit and then I catch myself like I have another palette that I want to use up to completion. So I got to use that one up first in conjunction with other things. But I tend to go to these because I really like these neutral shadows on the top. I use them for a lot of different looks. So I realized that there's a couple in here that I'm not loving. Like this one right here I thought was super, super great, but I just like it, and it's really pretty, but I just feel like it's very basic. It's not anything like super wowing anymore. It almost looks blah on my skin, on my eyes. But then when I take a picture, it all looks super nice. But in person, it just kind of looks boring. I want to say boring, I guess. They are really great eyeshadows, but I've been using a lot of colorful eyeshadows, a lot of multi-chromes, a lot of shimmer like foils, a lot of glitter toppers. Like, for example, this like Stila one, like these can't compete with that shine and that glow. So I'm finding that I have a little bit of like unnecessarily wanting, no, what's the word? That's not the word. There's a word I want to say. I can't think about it, but I'm just not gravitating towards some of these. And when I apply them, I'm like, it looks like, you know, makeup I used to do like 7 years ago or 6 years ago, like when I bought these. And I almost feel like I'm reverting back to like old-timey makeup, like makeup that I used to wear a while ago, instead of trying to be current and wearing fun things that I like now, because that's what I think about when I use these. So I'm trying to excuse me, my throat is really dry, but I'm trying to change my mindset on that and think about using these in other ways. So yeah, there's also that. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I'm struggling lately. The last, like, I think February was a little bit of a harder month on my just whole mindset of like using things. It was a shorter month. It's like I'm trying to give my face a break, and that's like, can I take a break? I can't afford to take a break, but I did. And so it's a lot of pressure I'm putting on myself for legit no reason. Like, I'm not answering to nobody. It's my own things that I spend my own money on. And I want to have, I'm going to take a sip of my drink here. I definitely want to have interesting videos for you guys, but I don't want it to be at the detriment of my mental health and like making myself feel all panicked about trying to use things up. when in all reality, like, I have so many fun new things that I also want to use, and I want to use these, but I'm not trying to use them up. So I have to keep that in the back of my mind, like, use up the things that you want to use up as much as you can. Use these when you can. It's not a priority. It's just something fun to use so that you remember how much you enjoyed them a long time ago, and do you enjoy them still? And I put a lot of pressure on myself. So my kid is being a monkey right now, and I just keep like being distracted, but he's okay. So yeah, so this one right here, this one was at 309 grams last month, and it's now at 308 grams. Excuse me. So I used up another gram, which means I am continuously using these pretty well, and it's making me really happy. This one right here has not changed at all since I started using it. And to be completely honest, I have used these, like you can see this looks quite a bit more beat up than it did. Like all these eyeshadows over on this side, I've been using a lot. I've used quite a few of these here. And this one, the greens I used, I haven't used any of these. These are all like brand new ones that will replace in the other palette. So these don't get touched until these are used. But I have legit used every single one of these in here, except for maybe this one. This is the one I haven't really used, the steampunk one, which is actually one of the like funner, like more bold, like it does, like steampunk is a legit good name for it. It's got a black base. It's got like a metallic-y bronze shimmer, but I don't wear that much bronze and stuff anymore. And I don't find myself gravitating towards shadows like that. So this one is still at 321 grams, and I can't understand it because I'm actually using these quite a bit. I have been using these three along the top a lot on my lid. I've also been using quite a few of the greens, especially now with like St. Patrick's Day being in March. I will definitely be pulling this out a lot more. And I just can't understand why in like 5 months I haven't used a single gram of this. So I'm hoping that I see some movement, but just to know that I'm actually using each individual eyeshadow in here, it makes me happy because I haven't touched this thing in like 3 years. Legit, it's sat in my collection for like 3 years. So this makes me happy. Even though I don't see the number moving, I'm still really proud of myself for even gravitating toward it. So without this being too long and wordy, which it already is, I really appreciate you guys watching and clicking on the video. Thank you so much. I hope you like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys again very, very soon. Bye.